The best thing we can do for our competition is to hire poorly. Because when we hire poorly, those salespeople end up losing more business than our competition is able to take away from us. Old School with New Tools pays homage, as we're going to talk about, to all of the old school relationship building tools that have been with us forever. The difference is the new tool side of things have been a game changer. And it's the combination of the two of those that gives us the extra 5% more power. And that extra 5% more power is the difference between being good or being great. Salespeople are intrapreneurs. Has anybody ever heard of this term before? It is so powerful to think about this. What an intrapreneur is you have the ability to be an entrepreneur, but within the framework with all the tools and the resources of a corporation, of a company, as you would as an entrepreneur. I mean, in 2015, as a salesperson, you can make more than the CEO. You can completely craft your job description. Every day is different if you want it to be like that. You can completely take your learning curve vertical all the time. You can be an entrepreneur. When you bring in the 21st century digital era tools that we now have available to us, this is where we see a 10x in terms of our performance or the things that can also hurt us. It's impossible to make a good deal with a bad person, isn't it? Our technology that's out there today can build us in an hour, and we can lose everything we've worked for in an hour. The urgency that's out there is not only our urgency and how we act, but the urgency of the customer has changed. Because the customer now knows that there are a lot of people globally, or at least regionally or nationally, that they can get in touch with. And so that has changed. In terms of trust, we can't control what people say about us anymore online. We can try, but we can't. We found that the average salesperson has 44 applications on their phone. What surprised us is that the majority of salespeople only had texting and email as ways to communicate. That when you don't have good information up online, that is making an impression, and that first impression may not be the one you want. Urgency has a half-life, and it matters. When somebody calls in and they want to buy a product or service from you, within that first hour, they are 95% of the way there. The next day, they're 50. The next day after that, they're 25%. And now think about that. If the average salesperson spends 44 hours to get back in touch with someone who has said, I'm very interested in buying that product or service, what does that say to you? Do you think they get that? The difference between good and great really is just 5% more power.